It sure is easy getting around Minneapolis on two wheels. A big reason for that is these miles and miles of bike lanes. They give bicyclists their own part of the road, making it easier on them and on drivers too. Learning the rules is like, well, riding a bike. Just remember to check out the lines. A solid line means drivers cannot cross into the bike lane except to park or pull into a driveway. A dash line means cars may cross it for turning or to make way for an oncoming car. You'll see dash bike lanes at a lot of intersections around town. If you're behind the wheel, just look out for bikes before crossing the dash lines of the bike lane and give bicyclists the right of way. Heading down a quieter street in town, you might stumble upon advisory bike lanes. They're on streets too narrow to handle driving lanes, parking, and ordinary bike lanes. So what makes them so different? Check out the lines. Advisory bike lanes have dashed lines next to traffic. That means cars can move into the bike lanes, and they'll do just that when there's not enough room to get past oncoming cars. Of course, drivers need to watch for bikes before moving into the advisory bike lane and give them the right of way. Keeping an eye out for two-wheeled traffic in bike lanes is important. That's why you'll find some green bike lanes in town. Giving the lanes a little color helps them stick out. It lets drivers know that they may be crossing a bike lane so they can look out for bicyclists. You'll spot green bike lanes approaching some intersections and in the middle of some intersections too. They show people on bikes where they need to be and remind drivers that bikes may be approaching from behind. So who has the right of way when a car or truck needs to cross the bike lane? Bikes do. So if you're in a car, make sure to look before turning. To play it safe, it helps to give bicyclists a little more elbow room whenever possible. Usually, there's just one line separating the bike lanes and the car lanes. But on our wider streets, we can add a buffered area that looks like this. Now that's some room to pedal. The buffered bike lanes provide a little extra space for bike traffic. There's a couple feet between the bikes and cars. That space is not an area for bike traffic. So bicyclists should stick to the bike lane and stay out of the buffered area. And of course, drivers need to stay clear of it too. Cars can cross the buffered area and the bike lane when turning onto another street. Just give bikes the right of way first. Let's now head to downtown Minneapolis, where there's a unique bike lane on First Avenue called a cycle track. Here's how it works. Most bike lanes are between parked cars and street traffic, but it's a little different with the cycle track. There, the positions of the bike lane and parked cars are reversed, so bikes ride right along the curb. That's important to remember if you drive downtown, so don't park on the bike lane. Check the street markings and signs, and be extra careful when opening car doors. There could be a bike coming. Bikes may be riding behind parked cars, so they can be a little harder to see. When turning corners, drivers need to pay close attention to the bike lane traffic. And a reminder to drivers and bicyclists, bikes are allowed on all city streets, so watch for them, and they'll watch for you.